We'll begin by creating our file, which we'll just call simply create simple feed forward network.py. We'll begin by importing TensorFlow as TF as a standard, and we're going to import a helper function from the TensorFlow.examples.tutorials.MNIST called input data that helps us load our data. Today we're going to be using the MNIST dataset, which consists of data showing images of different handwritten digits, which is to say numbers from 0 through 9. We're going to access our data in this lesson by just using the input data.read datasets MNIST data /1 hot equals true. And so what this does is it says download the data, save it to the MNIST_data folder, and process it so the data is in one hot encoded format. One hot encoded format means that our data consists of a vector like this with 9 entries. This is not 9, obviously. This is just an example where this corresponds to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And so that our data will be labeled with a 1 corresponding to the column for that label and a 0 otherwise. The other way, if 1 hot was false, then our data would just have the y variable as 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever the appropriate label is. The first thing we have to do is we have to create a placeholder variable. And what this does is how we have our data enter the TensorFlow graph. And so we do this by calling the tf.placeholder function. The most important arguments here are the type, which is tf.float32, indicating that we're going to be using 32-bit floats to represent our data, and that the shape is a tensor with the first dimension is unknown, which is why we say it's none, and that's going to correspond to the number of examples that we have. And then the second dimension is the size of each image, which in this case is 784. We get 784 because 784 is equal to 28 times 28. And these are 28 by 28 pixel images.